Hello everybody and welcome to another BeybladeX news video, and let's just get started. To start us out, it looks like in the next uh copy of Koro, what they did say we were going to be getting a way to acquire a new Samurai Saber metal coat, 270L. Uh Originally it was translated as red, but it does seem that it's going to be because like the Koro magazine says red, but the website says orange, as you can see in this Reddit post here. But I think that's an improvement. We do have a like the last metal coat they did in Koro magazine, I believe, was a red Dran Buster. So it would be a little disappointing for them to go ahead and immediately do another red bay. But I mean, red's still a cool color. But we don't really have an. Well, I don't. No, we don't have an orange metal coat at all. I don't believe so. Most we've done is gold, purple, blue, gold, blue, purple, and black. And then obviously red. So I think like five metal coat colors. There's probably another one, but I don't care enough to remember. Uh, but the big important part of this is there's gonna be another version of level running around. I assume they'll be a little more on the expensive side. It's not really that expensive to just get a copy of Samurai Saber, and you get the longer ripcord from its launcher and a copy of level because it's a pretty good attack bit with some decent stamina on it. But it'll be nice to have another color out there. I'm assuming they're gonna go for maybe like a tan or a dark orange to kind of match with it. I'd hope so. But it's nice to have other color options. I like to color coordinate my bays a bit. I don't know if you do, but I personally do. But to the more disappointing news, which it's a little personally sad for me. I was really hyped for it, but these may not be the best images, but it's looking like Golem Rock is gonna be kind of mid. Not the worst. It's not like Ghost Circle. It's still, there was no way they were gonna hit us back to back with really crap bays like that. The gimmick just went too far in the design phase when they were making Ghost Circle, and they really leaned into the a ghost being hard to hit when really all we wanted was a really cool bay. It's not that cool. It's tiny and it's not heavy at all. It's the lightest bay, so it's going to get destroyed no matter what you do. But with Golem Rock, it's probably still not going to do the greatest, but it's not going to be as bad because we do have a decent range. It's looking like it's going to be caught. Far in every image I've seen of its leaked weight from multiple people, it's been the worst ones have been high 33, like this 33.98, which isn't the worst. Around that Leon Claw sort of level ish in weight. Dran Sword's another that's around that weight, I believe. And then I've seen a little more around 34, and then some 34.50 something. So it's not the worst. I was hoping for at minimum 35, but it's still doable. I do not think it's going to be anything meta defining because I mean the shape's still good, so it'll still do good as an attack type. But obviously defense is still very, very, very dead. There's no saving defense at this point. Truly, no saving defense at all. They keep fumbling the bag with it. Our best defense type is still Silver Wolf, and that's a stamina type. So I don't know what they're doing with fumbling the bag like this. But I'm still gonna try to use it as an attack type in my next tournament. Uh, I don't know how good it's gonna do, but it's not gonna do as bad as you think. It's not all over. You can still shove it on level. I would do a low ratchet, obviously. Not, I wouldn't even try to be funny and do 70. I would do 60 ratchets, 360, 560. You could try point, but I'm assuming low rush or low flat might be your best options. Uh, Personally, I'm not going to bring him out in too much, but I'm going to try him at my next tournament, see how that goes, and I'll let you all know how that goes. Maybe he is insane with the shape, and that weight doesn't matter in the end. But outside of that, this isn't really news, but I did want to talk about it with not just Golem Rock coming up, but with what was it? Shelter Drake coming up here soon as well. I did want to talk about some nice places to get your base. Now, personally, I go through Amazon Japan. I I found that I get it way faster than everyone else because that stock is sent straight to their warehouses. You know, Amazon's fast here in America. It's just as fast getting stuff from Japan. I mean, sure, sometimes they do have some pretty bad weather over there, earthquakes, tsunamis. So big stuff like that, understandably, can get in the way of their chain, and you know, it's crossing the ocean. So because it most of the time, if not literally all of the time, it goes from Japan to California or somewhere on the West Coast. So, especially if you're on the West Coast, you're going to get that stuff really fast. I personally live on the East Coast, so it's going to take some travel time, but normally I get it at most 6 days after release. Now, I do know that other options, while cheaper, do take a little bit longer, which, is okay. You know, I like saving money. Everyone likes saving money, but personally, I like my stuff get. I use it for content, so obviously, I would want to get stuff on time. But with the new releases, I thought I'd bring up some nice places besides Amazon. .co.jp, which is the website you can use, and it's still pretty cheap. Arguably, Golem only cost me 25, and getting 3 of Shelter Drake only cost me like 43. It's not that expensive as people are saying, and that's the expedited shipping. I do have Amazon Prime for Japan, and that's only $4 a month, so that's a pretty good deal. I don't know if that boosts it. I doubt it, but I have noticed a little bit of difference, so that might help. It's a decent investment. Also, if you have a VPN, you have their version of Amazon Prime Video, and there's some good stuff on there. But one side, I would say, if you're on the East Coast, I'm not sponsored or anything, but Mall of Toys is in Massachusetts, Western Massachusetts, uh, and you know, if you're on the East Coast, that's pretty close. Obviously, the problem with stuff like this is you have to wait for them to get their base, so it's not exactly the you know quickest. But if you're on the East Coast, I would definitely suggest Mall of Toys. Now, if you're on the West Coast, Beys and Bricks is a really good website, and both of these very equal in price. I wouldn't, and honestly, they're comparable to Amazon.co.jp. Now, stadiums, I would not really order from, and stadiums are going to be expensive in general, but if you do want to get them on time, especially with CX coming up, stadiums you might want to get through Bays and Bricks or Mall of Toys. And also, not to get aside of the point, but Bays and Bricks is in California, so if you're on the West Coast, this is definitely what I would suggest if you're not going to use Amazon.co.jp. But if you're in the West Coast and you're fine spending a little bit extra, definitely do Amazon.co.jp because that stuff is going to be there fast, very, very fast. But outside of that, uh, like I was about to say, when the stadiums come out for CX, I would suggest using one of these because the shipping for international stadiums have been insane. I don't know why it's so different. But outside of that, yeah, no, these are the best places you can go. And again, not sponsored, but I would give them a try. I've personally gotten individual bays from Bays and Bricks, like prize bays, once it's been a bit and I need an extra bit. And then if I want to get stuff in bulk, it's nice to do Mall of Toys. But personally, when I want to get stuff close to release, I do Amazon.co.jp. But that's it for the news and a little bit of shipping information, basically. So go ahead, like, subscribe, maybe leave a comment down below. I do want to have a talk about Golem Rock in the comments if you don't mind. And go ahead and ring that notification bell if you want to see when a new video comes out. And y'all, have a great day.